Broadcasting from the Keep Moving Forward Creator Studio, it's time for the CrossFit Paragon Podcast. Tune in each month as we spotlight one of our unbeatable athletes who have helped to make our box what it is today. Now, here's your host.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this month's installment of the CrossFit Paragon Members Podcast. I'm your host, Katie Galley. In the Keep Moving Forward Creator Studio, I have with me today the girl who can almost always be found at the top of the leaderboard, Olivia Maurice. How are you doing, Liv?
Good. How are you, Katie?
I am doing great. Thanks so much for deciding to share your story with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, just to kind of get a little bit to know you, Liv, about you, how you kind of started in CrossFit. How did you find this sport and what kind of made you fall in love with it?
So I've always kind of played sports throughout my entire life, and then I played tennis in college and transferred to Georgia Tech and was looking for a sport to play. And while I did not find CrossFit while I was at Georgia Tech specifically, I began playing rugby there. So I was on the club rugby team, and our coach was involved at a CrossFit gym, so she had me start going, and I quickly fell in love with it. It was pretty competitive, so I wanted to get better, and that's kind of how I found it. So on the first gym I started at.
So, getting so involved with rugby and having your coach be involved with CrossFit, did doing all the lifting and the gymnastics, everything really help you in your training for rugby?
Yeah, my coach told me, remember when you were slow as molasses? So apparently when I first started, I was fairly out of shape and very slow on the rugby pitch. So definitely joining CrossFit helped me be better, faster, stronger. So
yeah. So you think you're fast now? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm definitely not fast. I would still say this is still true, but maybe like a little stronger.
Maybe, a little stronger. So maybe a little bit still molasses, but stronger.
Still molasses, but like strong, thick molasses.
There you go. That's, sturdy molasses. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you found CrossFit then starting from this, you were playing rugby and got involved with CrossFit that way. So then, what kind of made you decide that it was something you wanted to keep doing more than just, in support of your rugby playing?
Well, I actually kind of transitioned off of rugby into CrossFit, mostly because rugby games, you feel like you've been run over by a truck for about 3 games afterwards. And I thought I was getting a little too old to be feeling like that with having an adult job to work. So I transitioned to CrossFit. More so, I liked the competitive aspect of it, and I liked that I could, register if I was getting better by repeating workouts and could see my progress. So I kind of grew a passion for seeing that and trying to learn all the skills and developing there.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, having your athletic background with tennis too, wanting to track that progress and actually see those benchmarks, seeing yourself getting better.
Yeah, and I mean, I like to win, so
Right.
If there's a leaderboard, I'm going to try and be on top.
Yeah. Except sometimes, I can beat you, and sometimes, when there's box jumps specifically.
When it's running.
Only running, yeah. Only running, because the molasses comes out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. So then when you first started your first CrossFit gym, eventually you found CrossFit Paragon. So how did you find Paragon, and why did you choose to stay?
So I left my old gym. I had started looking. I had kind of plateaued there. I started off there, jumping on plates, not even jumping on a box, and then reached the top of their leaderboard and was figuring that I needed to go somewhere else if I was going to keep improving. So started looking at other gyms, me and a couple of the other members from the old gym. And we happened upon CrossFit Paragon, referred to me by one of my other fellow CrossFit friends. Tried it out. I loved it the first day I went. Tried a couple other gyms. Didn't really feel like their programming was as good or that it was as good a fit with the people around. So ended up coming back and trying Paragon again and loving the community and loving the programming. So I just stuck with it from then.
Yeah, and so a lot of different factors then played into one, wanting to transition out of your old gym to find a new place and really push yourself to be better. But then, finding community too and just having a different environment. So then, having those reminders as to why you keep coming back. Is there maybe a specific experience that you've had in your time at Paragon that serves as that reminder for you as to really, hones in on, okay, this is really why I keep coming back and I want to get better here?
Yeah. So I'm not aware if I'm allowed to cuss on the podcast, but probably a month or so after I joined Paragon, the Open came around, and I already loved Nate as a coach, and he made it fun, but he also pushed me to be better while making it a little not so much pressure. And he was judging me in one of the infamous Open workouts with thrusters and chest to bar. And, I was pretty far into it, and I think I was stopping at the chalk bucket, every second to get away from the chest to bar. So I probably had about 6 pounds of chalk on my hands. And Nate just looks at me and says, "Liv, I need you to stop fucking with the chalk." and so I think that is one of my favorite Paragon moments, just registering that, Nate sees my potential and pushes me to be better, but also, we can have fun with it and make fun of each other when we're kind of wussing out or, not being mentally strong in specific instances. So that's why I keep coming back.
Man, I love that. And I mean, it's sure, I think specifically at Paragon, within the world of CrossFit, but at Paragon, it's that community of you're always competing, you're always pushing one another to be better. But it's never with malice or malicious intent. It's always with positive energy and really wanting to genuinely have everybody be better and achieve the goals that they set for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I've been in instances where even in college tennis, people would get pissed off when we'd have days we had to play against each other, and it created kind of a negative environment. And I feel like at the gym, I'm best friends with a lot of people that I train with, and some days they beat me and some days I beat them, and we're all still in good moods afterwards. So.
Right, exactly. There's never any animosity after that, and it's just such a great environment to be in. And so with that, Liv, with the incredible, progress and journey that you've made through athletics and specifically in CrossFit, what would you say is a current fitness goal that you would like to achieve and why?
I'm not really a big goal setter. But I would say if I were to set, I probably have 2 goals right now, would be to get proficient at handstand walking and get a ring muscle up, which are probably the last 2 CrossFit skills that I just don't have it all right now.
Yeah, and that's good. That'll set you up for real success probably when the Open comes up in October.
Yeah, so I just have to get it by October. Keep in mind that I tried to get a bar muscle up for 2 years.
It's going to happen. I promise the ring muscle up is going to happen so much faster than the bar did. It's going to happen well before October.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Love it. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us at CrossFitParagon.com, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Here at Paragon, we are so grateful for the incredible individuals who comprise our community and who allow us the opportunity to try and change the world for the better. One athlete, one workout at a time. See you next month.